The 10 best Premier League cult heroes. These players do not have the Ronaldo or Messi influence or achievement, however. They still hold a dear place in the hearts of fans. Every club has them, and they are mainly known for a particular incident or maybe a unique ability. All football clubs have players that draw attention in various ways, albeit the goal-scoring megastars and renowned captains are the ones who have the biggest impact on the field. Sometimes a single moment may secure a lifetime of goodwill with an entire fan base, whether it is volunteering for neighbourhood charities or taking the glory on the biggest stages. Today, we're going to be looking at the 10 best Premier League cult heroes ever. Starting at number 10, we have Diego Forlan. Diego Forlan was brought to Manchester United from Independiente with high expectations, but Sir Alex Ferguson never really saw him reach his full potential. Despite this, he was well loved by the Old Trafford supporters until departing in 2004 to join Villarreal, taking a Premier League title medal with him. In 63 league games, the Uruguayan hero scored just 10 goals for the team. The South American became a cult hero with the Red Devils after he scored a double at Liverpool in 2002. Even today, when the Reds are on the road and around Old Trafford, particularly before games against Liverpool, Forlan's song is still passionately chanted. Forlan's hard work was justly rewarded with the goals against Liverpool and wonderful late victories over Southampton and Chelsea. The forward, like so many cult heroes, made up for his lack of talent and good fortune with energy, tenacity and hard work. His brilliance eventually became clearly evident, even blindingly so, and almost immediately after, United sold him for close to a £5 million loss. Forlan dominated Spain in the 7 seasons that followed his time at United, first with Villarreal, and then for 4 seasons with Atletico Madrid. Before reaching his peak at age 31, he scored twice in the Europa League final and won the Golden Ball for the best player in the 2010 World Cup. The Uruguayan also won the Pichichi Trophy and the European Golden Boot twice each. Number 9. Troy Deeney. Between 2015 and 2021, Troy Deeney played 165 times for Watford over 6 Premier League seasons, scoring 47 goals and setting up 20 more. Watford stayed in the Premier League until 2020-21 before coming back at their first try. Of course, Deeney played a major role in assisting them in their return to the top level with 21 championship goals. Emotions were high when he departed the Hornets after 11 years to join Birmingham after falling out of favour. There is no doubt that Troy will always hold a special place in the hearts of Watford FC supporters. He spent an eventful 11 years at the Vic. He was an obedient and trustworthy Hornet. Troy has now had an impact on the club and the community, not just through his accomplishments, but also through the ways he made these achievements. Troy's life story has made him a Watford FC icon and well known across the country. Along with other cult heroes who have all won the fabled golden shirt, his name will live on in history forever. Number 8. George Elokobi. George Elokobi is not your typical footballer, having come from a humble beginning in Cameroon to the riches of the Premier League. Elokobi rose to fame at Molineux as a result of his devoted and action-packed performances, which won over his fans. During his 6 years with Wolves, he won both the League One and Championship titles. He also helped the team establish itself in the Premier League during their first season back in the top division. The 33-year-old centre-back scored in Wolves' legendary 2-1 victory against Manchester United at Molineux a year later, solidifying his image as a cult hero. He then added the 3rd goal in a 3-1 away victory over Sunderland in April 2011, putting Mick McCarthy's team on track for safety. It is obvious how highly Wolves supporters feel about the centre-back, and Elokobi shares those feelings. When the Cameroonian defender left Wolves, he went back to Colchester for a second stint, before moving down to the National League to join Leyton Orient in 2017, another team he loyally supported. In spite of a tough start to their first season outside of the Football League in 112 years, Elokobi initially helped Orient stabilise in the National League, thanks to his contagious personality off the field. Number 7. Hassan Ben Arfa. Hassan Ben Arfa has experienced many high points in his career that have quickly brought him back to earth. Newcastle supporters still have vivid memories of the Frenchman's deft manoeuvring past the Bolton Wanderers defence to score one of the greatest Premier League goals of all time. Ben Arfa's time as a Premier League player was brief. He suffered while on loan at Hull before finding his brilliance at Nice, then he went on to being benched at PSG. but there hasn't often been a finer player with the ball at his feet in the Premier League. Number 6. Andrew Johnson. He moved from Birmingham City to Palace in 2002 after the Blues were promoted to the Premier League, where he served as a backup striker for Clinton Morrison. Johnson, however, turned out to be the better purchase, finishing the season as the team's leading scorer, with 14 goals across all competitions, including 2 back-to-back hat-tricks against Brighton and Hove Albion and Walsall in the Championship. Johnson also scored 32 goals in all competitions during the 2003-2004 season, helping Palace win promotion to the Premier League after defeating West Ham United 1-0 in the playoff final. This season was even more successful for Johnson and Palace. Johnson was a part of the Palace team that was relegated immediately to the Championship after finishing 18th in the 2004-2005 Premier League standings, just 1 point outside of safety. With 21 league goals, the Bedford-born sensation ended the campaign as the second highest scorer in the Premier League overall and the highest scoring English player. This was the most goals scored by a Crystal Palace player in the top level. Sven-Göran Eriksson, the manager of England, took notice of his good record and gave him his senior England debut against the Netherlands earlier in February. Number 5. Duncan Ferguson. Everton famously had a player who would punch the corner flag to celebrate goals, but more infamously, they once had a guy who would punch people. Yes, this man was special. After a successful loan period with a struggling Everton side, Joe Royle was appointed manager and he immediately made the Ferguson deal permanent. Ferguson won over the Toffees supporters by scoring in a 2-0 victory over longtime rivals Liverpool in Royle's first game in charge. At a commanding 6 feet 4 inches, he quickly established himself as a crucial member of the group that became known as the Dogs of War. In a nod to the Everton legend, Royle called his forward man mounted the biggest thing since Dixie Dean. Ferguson also assisted Everton in reaching the 1995 FA Cup final, where he came off the bench in a 1-0 victory over Manchester United, after being forced to return from injury. He didn't play enough games with the Rangers team that won the Scottish Championship to get a winner's medal, therefore this was the only silverware of his career. The several Merseyside derbies Ferguson participated in helped make him a cult legend among Everton supporters. Big Dunk frequently scored goals against Liverpool, and once during a celebration he infuriated Liverpool supporters by flashing an Everton tattoo on his upper arm. He also knocked Paul Ince to the ground, while Jason McAteer was grabbed by the throat, much to the pleasure of the blue half of Merseyside. Number 4. Gianfranco Zola. Gianfranco Zola's skill was crucial to Chelsea long before Roman Abramovich's money arrived. Without a doubt, Zola is among the greatest players in Chelsea's history, even if he doesn't have as many titles as some of the players who came after him at Stamford Bridge. The creative Italian moved from Parma to the London-based club in November 1996. At the time, the media made assumptions about Zola's ability to adjust to the more physically demanding English game at the age of 29. But the right-footed forward quickly rose to fame in the Premier League after bringing excitement back to West London. In addition, Zola's presence and goals enabled Chelsea to defeat Middlesbrough 2-0 in a memorable FA Cup final, which was the team's first trophy in 26 years. He scored 4 goals, including a 25-yard curling shot against Liverpool, which helped Chelsea come back from a 2-goal deficit to win the game 4-2. He also scored a memorable goal of individual skill against Wimbledon in the semi-finals by backheeling the ball and turning 180 degrees before putting the ball in the back of the net. Gianfranco Zola joined Chelsea at a time when the club was certainly not what it is today. Since winning the 1971 Cup Winners' Cup, which was followed by more than 20 years of arduous relegation battles, they had not won a significant trophy. With the help of multiple desired local and European Cup victories, he assisted the club in solidifying its position as a top 6 squad. The fans of Chelsea chose Zola as their favourite player ever in the early months of 2003, and since his departure, no other player has worn the number 25 jersey. Number 3. Nwankwo Kanu. Few players are as well known as Nwankwo Kanu, despite the fact that Arsenal supporters will probably pick Thierry Henry or Dennis Bergkamp as the club's most influential players. When the former Ajax attacker was found to have a cardiac condition just 2 months after joining Inter Milan from the Dutch champions, he was advised to cease playing football. However, neither Kanu nor former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger gave up on his career. Like a million stars, Kanu shone. Early in the 2000s, he started playing a bigger role in the Gunners' setup. In his first 6 months at Highbury, Kanu played in 12 Premier League games and scored 7 goals. He provided Arsenal with numerous game-winning goals. His goal against Derby County, his 2 goals against Wimbledon, and his game-winning goal against Watford in the 1999-2000 campaign all helped Arsenal go to the FA Cup semi-finals in 1999. But his 15-minute hat-trick against Chelsea in the 1999-2000 season will always hold a special place in the hearts of Arsenal fans and Premier League supporters. It enabled the Gunners to overturn a 2-goal deficit. During his time with the Gunners, Kanu went on to win 2 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups and 1 Community Shield. Number 2. Dimitri Payet. Another offensive midfielder who appeared absolutely lost off the ball, yet whose dribbling would fit in well with the Brazilian national team. With flashes of individual brilliance that still leave West Ham fans perplexed as to how he did it, Dimitri Payet electrified Upton Park in its final few days. A spectacular curling free kick against Crystal Palace in 2016 was Payet's defining moment. Payet, though, left the Hammers for Marseille in 2017, since all good things must come to an end. And number 1 on our list today is Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy will forever be remembered as one of the most iconic strikers in Premier League history for a variety of reasons. He's not only a cult legend at Leicester. Not only did he lead them to the league title in 2015-2016, but it also marked the culmination of a 5-season rise from non-league football. Scoring in 11 games, he broke Ruud van Nistelrooy's record of 10 for the most consecutive Premier League games scored in. What do you think about this list? Let us know in the comment section. Also, leave us a comment below and let us know one thing you liked about the video. Make sure to watch this video in the link, and if you like our content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. On the screen now should be another good video worth watching, so click on that video and we will see you in the next one.